Hey guys, welcome back to another F.I.R.E Fund Friday. It's the first week of September 2021 and we have Labor Day weekend coming up. I hope you guys are already looking forward to the long weekend and I hope you get to relax and have some fun. Anyways, today is going to be a little different. I want to introduce you guys to the concept of the Quadfecta. There are a few variations on this, but I want to show you the version I'm building. The Quadfecta is an income portfolio made up of just 4 stocks. And it's supposed to be a high income portfolio for the least amount of money. Normally, if you want a dividend portfolio to pay 4% annually or $40,000, you would need a portfolio value of $1 million. But with the Quadfecta, you can achieve the same $40,000 per year income with just half of that. Let me show you how it's done. On this channel, I talk about all things finance, wealth building, and how you can achieve the life of your dreams through financial independence. If you want to join me on this journey to financial independence, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, so this is a portfolio visualizer. It's my favorite site for backtesting portfolios. I will leave a link to it in the description below if you guys want to check it out. For this example, I am building a $500,000 portfolio made up of the Quadfecta. In my version of the Quadfecta, we are using QYLD, NUSI, DIVO, and RYLD. I'm also showing you a pure growth portfolio and a growth and income portfolio as well, using SPYG as a growth stock. In the Quadfecta play, we are evenly investing the $500,000 between the 4 stocks. In the growth portfolio, we are 100% in SPYG, a SP 500 growth ETF. And the last play, we are evenly dividing the 500k between the Quadfecta and SPYG. Before we dig into these numbers, I do want to note a disclaimer. The market returns from 2020 and 2021 are not the norm at all. We cannot expect 50% market returns in a normal year. So the growth value will see an extreme. The most important thing I want to highlight with this strategy is the income generation, which we will get to. Okay, so here we can see the major difference in values for each portfolio. The growth portfolio is valued at over 800k. The growth and income is around 660k, and the Quadfecta is at 623k. Again, for the growth stock, this is not normal market returns, but it does illustrate the power of growth investing compared to income investing. That is why we have a portfolio that incorporates SPYG to get some of those gains, which in this case is about 8% more than if we just went purely for income within the Quadfecta portfolio. Now let me show you the really cool thing, the income that these portfolios generate. You can see with the Quadfecta portfolio, it generates over $40,000 per year. This is more than enough to sustain my current living expenses, compared to the growth portfolio's $5,900 a year in dividends. I know the growth portfolio's value is much greater than the Quadfecta's, but I would need a much larger portfolio if I were to sell $40,000 a year of stock every year for income, and that would require me to extend my working career to accomplish that. Most people will want more than $40k a year of income to retire off of, but I am frugal, and I want my working career to be as short as possible. So $40k a year is enough for me, and investing $500k will take me much less time than investing $1 million. I know there are opposition to this strategy, and investing purely into the S&P 500 may offer better returns in the long term, but please understand that I am building different portfolios for different purposes. I do have a separate portfolio focused purely on aggressive growth and value stocks that I'm holding for the long term, and I don't plan on selling anything for the next 30 years. I am building this income portfolio because I want to grow an account where I never have to sell any of the underlying assets, and it generates enough income to cover all my annual expenses indefinitely. If I can accomplish this, then it's likely I will never have to sell any of my investments for income. My overarching goal may be early retirement, but I'm trying to build generational wealth for my family. If I can set up a trust large enough to sustain myself and my family for this generation, then it will indefinitely sustain my family for the rest. Alright, let's move on to this week's stock purchases. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of $1,000 a week on stocks And by tracking all my purchases, I can adjust for the next week. I started the week as usual by purchasing 4 shares of SPYG. The market has been in an overall uptrend for the last few weeks, so this investment has appreciated nicely. Next, I picked up 2 shares of DIVO. This stock is a bit more expensive than some of the other covered call ETFs in the portfolio, but it does offer more growth potential than the others as well. I will probably be investing about $150 a week in this stock, so around 4 shares a week. But this week I only picked up 2 shares, increasing our annual income by $3.54. Last week I spoke about how I was afraid to invest into my income stocks, but I'm getting back on track. I picked up 9 shares of NUSI for about $250, increasing our annual income by a sweet $19.24. Next up, I picked up 10 shares of one of my favorite covered call ETFs, RYLD, increasing our annual dividend income by a generous $27.61. Below that, I started my position in QYLD, a staple for income investors. But I've always been weary of this stock because it offers little to no growth, but very consistent income. I will slowly build my position in this stock over time, and this week I picked up 1 share which generates $2.73 annually. Lastly, I wanted to round up my position in Horizon Technology, picking up 19 shares this week, bringing our total shares up to 100 in the portfolio. This increases our annual income by $22.18. I accomplished my goal of investing $1,000 a week. I actually went overboard just a little bit and spent close to $1,200 this week. But we did increase our annual income by an incredible $77.22. This was one of my largest week dividend increases in a long time, and I expect the same type of growth in the following weeks. This week was a growth of 4% over last week and pushed our annual dividend income to over $1,700. Another milestone down. This was a big week in terms of investing, and I want to continue this growth, maybe even accelerate it if possible. So if you want to join me on this incredible journey, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you're notified whenever a new video drops. As always, I really appreciate you for taking the time to join me on this channel. I'll see you guys on the next one.